Do you want to take this one?
Well, I mean, the first thing I think of is, are you introducing them because you think they could be friends, or because someone has requested an introduction, or just because they're your friends? Because like, certainly I have friends that I wouldn't necessarily try to force to be friends. You know what I mean? Like I have different friend groups. So I would be curious what the catalyst is for the introduction.
Yeah.
If it's like, I think you guys would get along and something's just going awry here that you're not clicking. Or if it's like, oh, I'm going to introduce my surfer friend to my Dungeons and Dragons friend, and then I can't figure out why they get along.
Yeah.
Get along.
So I don't know that this answers the question directly, but I would like when we were in bars and clubs, there was always the idea that you wanted to like MC your friend on the way in, because it looks good to you and it lets him, you know, immediately integrate into a group. So like you walk to me, I'm like, this is my friend Ben, he's the man. And like, depending on the audience, I'll read the room. I'll be like, he's about to have a cage fight in a month. He's been training like his ass off, but don't worry, he's not going to hurt you guys. We're safe. You know, like,
well, this is a little bit different. So you're saying we're in bars and clubs, and we had a rule that was whoever initiates a conversation, people who come in can't try to like steal the girl that guy's interested in, or the friend that guy's interested in. Mostly it was girls, because we saw a lot of guy friend groups would just like fight over female attention, and they just everybody looks like shit. So what you're saying is I would walk in, you would hype me up because you'd been talking to the group, you'd established yourself as a cool person, and then I would respect the fact that I wasn't trying to, whatever your like goal was with this group, my job was not to shit on it, but to help you. So that's why that worked.
Well,
like that.
So I'm just saying, like, when it comes to introducing people, at least the literal introduction of it, you need to talk to him about, hype them both up.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like give them a conversational thread that is going to be interesting to both of them.
Well, also, build the bridge. If I do, let's say I do have a Dungeons and Dragons friend and I have a surfer friend, and the surfer friend looks like a meathead or maybe a stoner, but they both love the Game of Thrones TV show, like give them that.
Yeah. You know, like I know he looks like a male model, but deep down he's a complete nerd at heart. Like he's got his, D20 in his pocket right now, or like whatever. And you're giving them that initial thing so that whatever the thin slice stereotype, I can't be friends with this person, is hopefully cut through. Does that answer the question mostly? Or am I missing an element?
I felt like this had more to do with business connections.
Okay, can you go back and just cover that part?
So they said, over the past few years, I've built my network and made a lot of friends and other loose connections with people. Recently, I've had to connect a lot of people and make introductions, but they've turned painfully awkward very quick.
Well, I would say,
it's the same principle though.
Yeah. Don't do a win-lose introduction, first of all. So like if someone hit me up and was like, hey, my friend has a YouTube channel and I would love for you to help him, but this is like a loose acquaintance. Like if a close friend hit me up, I'm like, I don't care how big this person's channel is. But someone I met once at a networking event, it's like, hey, I really think this would be great for you to talk to this guy about YouTube. And the guy has 6 subscribers. It's like, this isn't great for me. You're trying to use my time to make this other person like you or benefit or whatever, but you're lying and masking it as if it's good for both of us.
Yeah.
In that case, they're better off just being like, hey, can you do me a favor? That's the first thing. Is I think I've had people mask this as like, this is a win-win. I'm like, no, it's not. It's a win-lose. So just say that. But then the second thing is, if you do focus on only making win-win introductions.
Well, just for that, and you can just ask people like, hey, there's this guy I know. Do you want me to introduce you? He blah, 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 blah. Is it a great first step to all of this? Because there's been times where I've been like, no, not really.
Oh, everyone I know that makes good money hates non-checked introductions.
Yes.
They hate it. Everybody I know is like, thank you for checking with me.
Yeah.
Yes. Or thank you for checking with me.
So
no.
check.
But the biggest way to piss people off is to introduce them to somebody without clearing it with them first.
Yeah.
But then the second thing is, let's say it is a win-win. Spell out why it's a win-win. You know what I mean? So be like, hey, I want you guys to talk. Do you want to talk to this guy? Here's why I think it would be great for you.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Email, and could just as easily be an introduction. I think the checking is actually probably the biggest piece as I reflect on my own life. When people have dropped me those emails, we're like, yo, I'm like, mother.
Oh, no. Yes, but check. But when you check, it's like, hey, Charlie, do you want to talk to my buddy? He's
a copywriter. I know that you've
why
mentioned,
it's a win-win.
I know you've been mentioning that you got this old sales page for Charisma University. I saw him do it. He got this amazing thing. Great. Yeah, put me in touch. And then in the email,
he's struggling on YouTube, but he's killing it in the podcast game. Yeah. And I was thinking maybe you could give him some YouTube advice. He could give you some podcast advice. Like put that in your checking email.
And then going back
both people
to the first thing, and now you're emceeing both people. You go, yo guys, Charlie, meet Kevin. Kevin is a badass podcaster. He's gotten over 30 million followers and has a really cool method for launching podcasts. Kevin, Charlie's killing it in the YouTube game. you know, da 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 da, and I think can probably help you a ton. I'll leave you guys to it now. Hopefully you guys get a chance to get on call. And like that's what the email reads like, but that's also what the conversation.
That's you like pre-checking. That's also what it looks like.
I get the sense that it's the things that we said in the middle, which technically come first, which is the checking and the vetting to see that this is a win-win and spelling it out. And when you do that, it's like the words are easy at that point.
Even when it is a good connection and people say, yes, I would like to talk to them, almost always they go, appreciate you checking.
Yes.
Like no one likes being CC'd on an email they're not expecting with an intro, and they're just like, well, now I got to deal with this.
Yeah, I'd love to take 15 minutes and explain to you how my industry works.
The more successful they are, the more protective they're going to be of their time.
Hope that you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to see more like this and have us do more podcasts, we are 100% funded by our generous patrons. And if you'd like to contribute, there's a link in the description, and we'll have one pop up on the screen right here so that we can do more podcasts where we have fun conversations and hopefully some deep ones like this. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.